And may you have the courage to fight poverty with everything that you've got because it matters that you are rich. Being able to afford a certain lifestyle allows you to be exposed to certain people and to be in certain circles that poverty would deny you of. It matters that you are able to leave a legacy to your children that exceeds finances, but also creating opportunities for them. It matters that you are able to be a blessing to other people and impact their lives positively in ways that moves their lives forward. It matters that you are able to give yourself a life experience that reflects the dignity of the God who breathes life into your lungs. Because how can you testify of a king's goodness while you are living in the ruins of not enough? And I want you to feel the weight of that truth today. I want you to understand that the struggle for resources is not a secular struggle, but it is a spiritual mandate. Because when your hands are empty, your reach is limited, and when your stomach is growling, your ears cannot hear the whispers of the Spirit as clearly as they should. I pray that you stop apologizing for the fire in your belly that wants more, because that more is not greed. It is the capacity to serve, and it is the ability to stand in rooms where decisions are made about the future of your community and your family. May you realize that poverty is a thief that doesn't just steal your money, but it steals your time, and it steals your peace, and it steals your ability to dream beyond the next 24 hours. And I am asking God to give you the grit to say, not on my watch and not in my lineage. I see a version of you that is so well-resourced that you become a walking storehouse for the kingdom, a person who can see a need and meet it without having to check the balance, because the balance is overflowing from a source that never runs dry. It matters that you can walk into a dealership or a boardroom or a travel agency and not feel like an imposter, because you have realized that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And if you are a child of the owner, then you have a right to the inventory. I am speaking to the person who has been told that being broke is a badge of honor or a sign of holiness, and I want to break that lie off your mind right now, because there is no glory in being unable to help your mother when she is sick, and there is no holiness in watching your children struggle for the basic things that God has already provided in abundance. I want you to have the audacity to want the best silks and the best stones and the best education and the best environments, because your soul responds to beauty, and beauty is an attribute of the divine. May you have the courage to leave the circles that celebrate struggle and enter the circles that celebrate expansion, because you cannot grow a giant's heart in a shrinking room, and you cannot see the horizon if you are always looking at the cracks in the floor. It matters that you give yourself the experience of rest. The kind of rest that only comes when the bills are paid and the future is secure and the legacy is anchored in something deeper than just survival. I pray that your bank account becomes a weapon against the enemy's plans to keep your people bound, and I pray that your success becomes a bridge for those who are coming after you so they don't have to fight the same giants you are slaying today. Listen to me when I say that you were not meant to be a victim of the economy, but a creator of it. And as you rise, may you carry the humility of a servant, but the authority of a ruler. It matters that you can fund the vision and fuel the dream and fix the broken places in your city because you have the means to do so. I am calling forth the millionaire inside of you, the one who isn't afraid of the responsibility of wealth, the one who knows that money is simply energy, and in the hands of a righteous person, it becomes a healing balm for the nations. Don't you dare shrink back now, and don't you dare settle for the crumbs that fall from the table when you were invited to sit at the head of it. It matters that your children's children will speak your name not just because of the money you left, but because of the doors you kicked open that can never be shut again. I am praying for your exposure to increase so that your expectation can increase, because you cannot expect what you haven't seen, and you cannot reach for what you don't know exists. So I speak a blessing over your hands today, that whatever they touch would prosper, and I speak a blessing over your mind that it would receive the strategies and the blueprints to build empires. It matters that you are rich because the world is waiting for your contribution, and your contribution requires capital. May you never be ashamed of the desire to live well, and may you never be silenced by those who are comfortable in their lack. You are a lighthouse, and a lighthouse needs a foundation, and it needs a fuel, and it needs a structure that can withstand the storm. I am declaring that the season of just getting by is over, and the season of more than enough has begun. I want you to walk with your head held high and your heart open wide, because you are being prepared for a level of influence that requires a level of affluence. It matters that you can afford the luxury of silence, and the luxury of time, and the luxury of being able to say no to things that don't align with your spirit because you aren't desperate for a paycheck. You are being called into a higher vibration of existence where your presence changes the atmosphere and your resources change the narrative. Fight for your wealth as if your life depends on it, because the lives of those you are called to help certainly do. It matters that you can see the world and taste its fruits and understand the vastness of the creation you inhabit. I see you breaking the chains of debt, and I see you walking into the freedom of ownership. I see you becoming the lender and not the borrower, and I see you becoming the head and not the tail. This is not just a wish, it is a prophecy over your life that you will be the one who changes the financial history of your family forever. It matters that you have the courage to be the first one to be truly wealthy, the first one to be truly free, and the first one to show everyone else that it is possible. You are a child of the Most High, and He does not do small things, and He does not do mediocre things, so why should you? I pray for the strength to endure the process of becoming, because the process is where the character is built to sustain the wealth. It matters that you don't just get it, but that you keep it and multiply it and pass it on. Let the fire of ambition be purified by the water of the Spirit so that your riches come with no sorrow added to them. You are being positioned for greatness, and that greatness includes the ability to command resources. It matters that you are able to give yourself a life experience that is so beautiful, it makes you weep with gratitude every single morning. I am standing in agreement with your soul today that lack is a stranger and abundance is your twin. May you have the courage to fight the internal poverty that tells you that you aren't worthy, because you are more than worthy. You are designated for this. It matters that you are rich in spirit and rich in soul, and yes, rich in pocket, so that the full picture of God's intent for humanity can be seen through you. Go out there and take what belongs to you, and do not apologize to a single soul for the space you take up or the gold you carry. It matters that you are a blessing, and it matters that you are blessed. I am speaking this into the atmosphere until it takes root in your heart and until your reality shifts to match your identity. You are powerful, you are passionate, and you are planned for prosperity. It matters that you win, and it matters that you win big. Let the world see what happens when a believer decides to stop playing small and starts occupying the territory they were promised. It matters that you are rich, it matters that you are whole, and it matters that you are here.